Welcome to the Reed Report. Thank you guys for taking the time to hear me out. Be sure to smash that like button on the way in. It really does help. It really does, I really do appreciate it. And it also shows that you guys are not bots stopping by. So be sure to smash the like button so they know that you are real people and not calling you robots. That's what they say, not me. But anyway, today I'm here because I'm confused. I read a report in The Athletic that the Raiders called the Bears this offseason exploring a trade to try and get Khalil Mack back in the silver and black. Of course, we know 3 years ago the Bears traded Khalil Mack, who wanted big money from the Raiders, and the Raiders weren't interested in doing that, so they sent, they sent him to Chicago to play for the Bears. And at the time, and still remains, I didn't blame at the time Oakland for the move because it makes sense. You're struggling on defense. Your secondary is horrible. It's still bad. You can't stop anything over the top and deep. So it wouldn't make sense for you to pay one guy that amount of money when you can try and draft and spread that money out to try, and get other pieces around and not limit it to one guy. It would make sense for a great offensive team like Green Bay to have Khalil Mack because they have a great quarterback who can take them places. But you put that guy on defense and he's the dominant guy on defense, and their defense doesn't need to be 85 Bears classic great. They just need that one guy. It would make sense for them to have him, not for the Raiders who struggle in multiple parts of defense. So I wasn't mad about the trade because that trade also made sense for the Bears, who already had a dominant defense, who the year prior before getting Mack in 2017 was not a winning team, but I believe they won like 7 games off their defense. I remember they played my Panthers and they beat us like 17-3, and all 17 points from Chicago came from defense. They picked 6 Cam and they recovered a fumble and ran it back for a touchdown. And they kicked the field goal, 17-3, Bears win. And when you see stuff like that, and I even mentioned it in another video about the Patriots' performance against the Eagles in the preseason a couple days ago, 7 wins is a lot of wins for a bad team. And it just goes to show that you are something away, a piece away from making this something special. And that really showed with Chicago the very next year because they got Khalil Mack from the Raiders. They paid him the big money and they went 12-4. Won the division for the first time since 2010. Won the division for the first time since 2010, back in 2018 when they finished 12-4. Of course, a lot of that had to do with Aaron Rodgers being injured, but oh well. Win is a win. 12 is a lot of wins in the NFL. And they were close. They had the missed field goal in the playoffs. Some people, not a lot, they weren't overwhelming favorites or anything, but some people thought that the defense could carry them to the Super Bowl that year. But like I said, they missed that field goal against Philly in the wild card game. And, it sent them packing back to in Chicago because it was a home game. But, it just showed that, when they got Khalil Mack, that's the piece that they needed with an already great defense. They just added even more greatness when they acquired him. So he was a very, very special pickup for them. And like I said, it didn't make sense for the Raiders to pay him that much. Yes, they needed him, but they had to cut bait. And when Jon Gruden did this, I saw the method to the madness. A lot of people didn't like it. They say, you pay that man. I remember when we at work, when I was working for the radio station, ESPN 1320, we got to interview Wingo and Mike Golick, and one of the listeners who won a chance to interview them, he asked him the question about Khalil Mack, and he said he thought the Raiders should have cut bait. He was on the same page as me and my buddy that they should have cut bait, and Wingo and Golick said, no, you pay that guy. So a lot of people thought that you pay Khalil Mack. But like I said, I saw the method to the madness. Gruden came along. He got the big contract, 10 years, $100 million. And he was just making trades. And it's like, yes, this is what you do. This is how you build to try and make multiple Macks. Well, not multiple Macks, but get multiple pieces through the draft and through trades. And you thought you was working with something. 2018, they weren't very good. 2019, still not. Last year, they were on the verge of something, but secondary was costing them. And this is Jon Gruden's 4th year back in the purple, and I said purple, in the black and silver, and still no playoff appearances, and there's still nothing. And it's starting to look really bad because you're not seeing any improvements on the areas they really struggled at. Of course, it's not all defense, but this is what we thought the focal point would be, and so far it hasn't been turning out to be what we thought it would be. And now they want Mack back, return of the Mack. Of course, you know that's going to be the headline if that trade was to happen, but they said the Bears denied it, and there's some quotes or some questions that they just hung the phone up on the Raiders, but we don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, yeah, I'm really starting to fall out of favor with Jon Gruden. I don't think he's going to get fired. He's getting paid a lot of money. What are they going to do? Who are they going to hire? You know, what are they going to do? They paid this guy all this money, and when you look at it now, it's just look like you paid him based off his Monday Night Football commentary. That's what it was. You know, he was a public figure. People loved him, and he was good at what he did. He was great at what he did. I love Jon Gruden Monday Night Football, and the commentary has not been the same since Jon Gruden left. That's why they're now mixing things up with Peyton and Eli, because Jason Witten, you're not Tony Romo. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what Jon Gruden is going to do. The Raiders are really, you know, like I said, I don't think the guy's going to get fired. Oakland or Vegas is not going to fire Jon Gruden, but there is a lot of pressure on them to make the playoffs because this is year number 4 with the return of Gruden, and now they're asking for Mack back, and I don't think that's going to happen. Chicago needs him, I believe. I believe it'll be a big mistake if they traded him away. They restructured his deal twice, so they're good with Khalil Mack. No problems there. But Vegas, Oakland, whatever you want to call them, this is a really bad look because we really thought Jon Gruden was on the verge of doing something with those picks. He's gotten a lot of compensation over the years with the trades he's made, and you're not really seeing much to show for it because they didn't make the playoffs last year. I said they would go 8-8, and they did. But the only reason I really thought that is because I see how talented the Chargers were, and the potential. And of course, you know, they can beat Denver. They're better than Denver, but Denver will still play them tough. And the Chiefs, of course, coming off a Super Bowl victory. And what other team am I missing in that division? Denver, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. Oh yeah, that's every team. It's just a tough division. So I didn't think they would really make the playoffs, but they should have proven me wrong. They should have said whatever this guy has to say don't really matter. Nobody cares about his opinion. But it's going to be interesting this year too, because I'm not a prisoner of the moment of what Teddy is doing in Denver with the Broncos, but he's looking good in the preseason. Broncos defense is always a good defense. The Chargers should be better. They are really talented. They have a really talented roster. The Chiefs, of course, will be the winners of the AFC West. I'm calling it now. That's an easy prediction. And where does that leave the Raiders? Classic games against Denver? Because we've been through this now. It's like I said, year number 4, and we're not seeing any improvement with that Raider offense. With that Raider defense, I think the offense just needs the defense to give them a little help, and the offense will be a-okay. Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback. He's not bad at all. He makes mistakes with the ball, with the fumbles and everything. He makes his mistakes, but he is their guy. I think they're good with Derek Carr. I just really think if they tighten that secondary up, the Raiders will be cool. They will be fine. I'm not sure how far they can go because, like I said, the AFC is a very tough. Well, both conferences are tough, especially for a team that's trying to come up like the Raiders. But it's a very tough conference. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Thank you guys for hearing me out. I cannot believe they tried to get Mack back. Thank you guys for hearing me out. Be sure to hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Raiders will make the playoffs this year? I don't know. But we do know one thing for certain. Their fan base is loyal. Their fan base is always loyal. Anyway, thank you guys for hearing me out. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.